Hey, what's going on, everyone? Lammy, Angerworld, Rami, Niels in the chat. Good to see y'all in here today. Continuing with this Aston Villa Journeyman, I think we can make the push until the January transfer window. Maybe getting into a little bit of that in today's stream. What's going on, everyone? Appreciate you stopping by for the stream today, but a bit of recap to do as we start things off. Getting into the month of November. Fixture against Crystal Palace. Maybe we play that one. Brighton and then Liverpool, Newcastle in the league. And then getting into December, we've got that quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. A pretty good matchup as well, as we've got Reading. So I think we've got really good odds of maybe picking up some silverware here at Aston Villa. Yopik, Alex the Go in the chat. We got Yaya. Reminds me of Yaya Toure, but nice. Marty, Egg, Rio. What's going on, everyone? But in case this is the first time you're tuning into one of these Aston Villa streams, or maybe it's been a while, this is the current starting 11 that we've got available. A pretty good team, I would say. Mings is the only player that's not 80 rated plus in the starting 11, but I mean, his stats are super OP for a center back. And honestly, I just can't believe we've inherited like a really capable Villa side. They made some great transfers, the computer has. So we're off to a good start. Alex the Goat with the early super chat. Not sure what currency that is, but I appreciate the hey you super chat. Getting the streams off, some quick vibes. I appreciate it, Alex. But I think we maybe start out the stream with some signings. As we take a look at the board objectives, we've got to sign 2 players from North America. You can see that manager rating at 61, quite low. But yeah, I think we maybe look at some free agents just to boost up that manager rating. A little quick tip that I've mentioned in a couple of the videos: if you ever get one of those board objectives where you need to sign a player from North, South America, I've seen that a couple of times now. Seems to be recurring more often. But yeah, easiest way to do that is just search up for free agents from those countries or those continents. Jack, enjoying the content? Good to hear. Good to hear. Should have some more on the way pretty soon here on the channel. I was recording most of yesterday because kind of Tuesday, Thursday are my day off from live streaming, posting videos. That's kind of when I dive deeper into, you know, recording, brainstorming video ideas. So hopefully some good content coming out on the channel this weekend. That's the plan, at least. Maybe we'll see some spoilers if you guys ever get to see the save files that I've got available. But if you've been tuning into the streams, you probably know what kind of video it is. But anyways, any of these free agents aren't exactly going to make it into the starting 11, but I'm mostly concerned about just boosting up this rating. So it kind of looks like we've got, I guess, Mackenzie from the United States, Milan from Mexico, Galindo from Mexico, and Blanco as well. Out of those, I guess 4? Which one of those do you want to see? Rami asking if it's going to be a Valencia video. It is not, but I might have that video on the cards. The concept of it being like maybe we move forward to, I don't know, 5 seasons in a simulation just to see how some of the younger high potential players end up. I'd be honestly curious to see the max rating for players like Rojas, Soler, I guess, just to name a few. I was waiting on that Spain national team offer, but it never came through. New career mode, actually, it won't be the new career mode starting this weekend. It's still going to be career mode content, but it's going to be something besides the France career mode. Let's get into some talks here. Make some quick signings, boost up that manager rating, and get into some league fixtures. Schalke 04. Actually have a Schalke video already, unless we want to save Schalke 04 twice in the current FIFA cycle. Why did I think his name was Pepsi? I'm not sure. Is 4-2-2-2, I'm guessing, your favorite formation. Actually, the first time I've used it for one of my saves. It's not bad. I mean, it's pretty versatile. I think if you adjust the instructions a bit, you can kind of fit the players to your liking. You know, have them drift a little bit more centrally or stay out wide. Let's complete this other signing. Let's get some American talent into the side. Earl McKenzie, probably the lowest rated free agent out of the bunch, but we'll get that board objective done. Twanzebe, he might be OP. I've actually used Twanzebe, I want to say last FIFA, and he was quite good. I'd actually be curious to see where he's where he's at right now, whether he's still at United in this save file. But yeah, we got the early stream vibes going on. I'm kind of enjoying it because, you know, I feel like most of y'all are able to tune in maybe after your dinner. For me, it's like I had my breakfast this morning, got a quick workout in, and, you know, sipping on some coffee, playing some FIFA. You'll love to see it. And then I've got the whole day ahead to work on some other content. So yeah, I think this might be the go-to stream schedule moving forward. But there you go. Just like that, we get like a +10 already. I'd actually be curious to see like how much a critical board objective boosts your manager rating compared to a high priority, medium, low. Anyways, we're back into the gray zone. 74 is what we want to see. Clyde, what's going on? To football, enjoying the content. Glad to hear that. When are you changing clubs? End of the season, actually. If not, we'll go 2 seasons here at Villa just because I really like this team. But I mean, we look at the squad or the job offers that are available. We've got Arsenal competing for a Champions League place. Do you think this Arsenal team can qualify for Champions League? They've made some good signings, to be fair. They've got Kulusevski at right wing, Trincao, so maybe they're still using a 4-2-2, playing Martinelli up top at center forward or something. But they've signed Trincao from Barcelona, Owen Wijndal from AZ, Kerr from, I think he's still at PSG, and Sabani from Mönchengladbach. Really testing my FIFA knowledge right now. But yeah, some big Premier League offers already from pretty much top 6. Offers in Germany as well from some good sides. I think if we were to go to Germany, Hertha Berlin would be the move, just because they've got some amazing talents. I mean, we've done Borussia Dortmund a couple of times. I'm not going to take over Hansi Flick's job. That's not going to happen. Can't do that to a fellow Flick. But Leverkusen could be interesting as well. Schick, Diaby. Not a whole lot of changes to their starting 11, but yeah, I think Hertha Berlin are the way to go if we decide to go to the Bundesliga. But I think, honestly, La Liga is probably the shout. There was one really good team that sent in a job offer. Maybe, I think it was last stream that we reviewed that. Anyone can confirm in chat. But if we take a look at the Spanish teams, I want to say it was like... Man, I've got to scroll through. It might have been Sociedad. It might have been Sevilla. Could have even been Valencia. Valencia's got a really good team. I mean, I think it might have been Valencia. Naki Williams, Jonathan David, Alan. Just a really good starting 11 substitutes. But maybe we start out here against Crystal Palace. We can simulate a couple of matches in this month. I kind of want to play against Newcastle, Liverpool. Of course, we're going to play against the likes of, you know, Chelsea, Liverpool again in the league, actually. So probably 4 to 5 gameplay fixtures today. Let's actually sim against Palace. We'll sim these first 2. We'll play the next 2, I think. Vishesh, what's going on? I appreciate that, Silva family. You know, it's always something that I'm thinking about, making sure the career modes are staying engaging for all of y'all throughout the FIFA cycle. It's kind of, you know, discouraging to see, you know, how the FIFA community is really not enjoying FIFA right now, at least the Ultimate Team community. And I get it. I mean, just not a whole lot of changes to that game mode. And, you know, I think the career mode community knows that far too well. This is really the first FIFA in a long time that we've seen some major changes, I would argue, with development plans and training, all that sort of stuff. But, you know, all we can do is keep pushing on and hopefully keeping EA accountable where we can. And, you know, as a consumer, our voice does matter. So go to Getafe. What do you think? Yeah, I think there's plenty of good La Liga options. I mean, we did Real Betis the last time we did a Journeyman, so I'd like to switch things up a little bit. Of course, having done the Valencia say, maybe we look to do some variety there as well. You want to start a Road to Glory type career mode, which with a second division team, what do you recommend? I think I would pick the league that you're most interested in. That's always the way I go for Road to Glory. So for me, it's got to be Bundesliga. Starting with either a Zweite Bundesliga team or Dritte Liga. As far as the Zweite Bundesliga is concerned, there's a lot of like historic German teams there. You've got Hamburg. There's one other team that's like very prominent in the Zweite Bundesliga. I think it's Hamburg and Hannover 96. Hannover 96. Yeah, those are some good shouts. Kaiserslautern. Actually did a Kaiserslautern career mode in FIFA 20. I think a lot of y'all might not have been subscribed to the channel at that point, so if you ever get bored of like FIFA content and looking for something to watch, it's a pretty fun career mode. We got Eggbro with the the ball dude in the chat. Okay. Heading to Bayer Leverkusen, maybe. Yeah, I think Bundesliga would be a vibe for sure. Bundesliga or La Liga. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. You're watching the Bayern match because you know you'll advance. I actually don't know what fixtures are going on today. And do I have my phone on me? Yeah, I do. It's in my pocket. Let's see. Let's check and see which matches are going on while we complete the simulation. Watkins with the early goal. You love to see that. Champions League actually going on today. I did not realize that. I mean, against Lazio. Chelsea against Atletico Madrid will be good. That kicks off at 1. Kind of a later game, right? I feel like most of them start around 11. Am I wrong in saying that? Well, for me, 11. So roughly 2 hours from now. For everyone else. Yeah, relatively later match today. Wonder why that is. Yeah, the U.S. All the U.S. players and coaches go in the Bundesliga, I guess. It's pretty great. I mean, it's important for young U.S. players to, you know, branch outside of MLS. I think MLS can play a big role in their development, but, you know, I think for most players, if they want to make it on the international stage, playing in leagues like Germany and England obviously make a big difference. Do I stream a lot? A couple times a week, usually. It is the morning for me, Gnome. It is 9:22. Also, peep the new setup, guys. I don't know if you had a chance to see. We finally got the jersey up on the wall. We've got the Coca-Cola FIFA 17. What do you even call that? Box? Display box? In the background. I think that's pretty much the finalized setup. Maybe a couple of lighting changes here and there. Depending on the mood, maybe we switch it up to team colors, but I think more or less that's going to be the setup moving forward. Aiden, the stream just started. This is the first interactive match sim we're doing, so didn't miss all that much. We signed a couple of free agents just to boost our manager rating up. That's my kid, Alex. It is the Flickiify number 9. Back when I did esports stuff with the Sounders. Recently bumped into Aronson. Seems like an energetic player. He's like a left back, isn't he? The best team I ever used? I feel like every team reaches like that elite stage if you play enough seasons. I would say the most fun career mode I've ever done. I mean, maybe I want to say like FIFA 13 with York City, but I think that's just part of the nostalgia kicking in. At the time, I know I had my frustrations with that team as well. Southampton's always a really fun career mode, so I would say genuinely like any of the career modes I've done this FIFA have all been, you know, more or less successful. Just completing a career mode for me is like, if I can complete a career mode, that was something that kind of, thinking about my old content, I would play a couple seasons. That was when I posted like, you know, played roughly every match, and maybe every episode would be covering a month's time. I didn't complete a whole lot of my career modes, and I really do regret that. But I've made it a point now for my content that, you know, because we're doing half season episode format, even if I'm not feeling a career mode at the time, I make it a point to try to finish it. I think holding myself accountable, and when you guys see a career mode start, you'll know it's gonna see its end. Even if we don't end up winning Champions League or League, you know, I think it will reach a natural end. But yeah, that's just one of the things for me. Hopefully me posting content over the last year will let you guys know that, hey, can usually tune in for some sort of content over the course of the week, and trying to keep a consistent schedule going. That's been one of my big goals over the last year, and I think I've done an all right job with that. Leyton Orient was the go-to Road to Glory team years ago for me. Yeah, I think Leyton Orient, Notts County is a pretty popular one as well. I'm not sure if they're still in FIFA, actually. It might be in League 2. But they're like one of the oldest clubs, right? In England. And way back when, I'm talking like FIFA 13, FIFA 14. We might take a little FIFA break so I can give you guys a little history lesson. They had this super pacey, I want to say center back, either a center back or a striker, that made him super good for career modes, ultimate teams, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, Valencia certainly had its difficulties, but again, it was a different career mode in the sense that I think we found a pretty good balancing act. You know, I tried to reflect some realism by transfer listing players if we didn't end up meeting objectives, because if I had kept every single talented player in that Valencia team, I'm talking Maxi Gomez, I think it's fair to talk about the Valencia career mode now that it's been out for about a week. If you haven't watched the series finale, you might want to mute the stream for maybe a minute or two. That's your fair warning. But getting back into the Valencia discussion, if we had kept all our high potential players like Maxi Gomez, Guedes, Gabriel Paulista, I think those are the main three that we ended up transfer listing. I think we could have completed everything a year prior, realistically. Or had we ended up using all our transfer budget every season, you know, I think we could have won Champions League in 3 seasons. Yeah, Pau Torres was the difference maker, man. That improvement to the defense. It's always interesting to see, like, which area of the team makes the biggest impact for simulations. I'd be actually curious to hear all of y'all's opinions on it, because for me, I think a high-rated goalkeeper is huge in terms of getting like victories on the simulations. I think a high-rated defense is also big. You know, strikers not really so much. Of course, they're going to bag some goals, but I feel like a high overall goalkeeper is something that you can't really replace. And it's one of those things, if you just stick with the keeper for a couple of seasons, dynamic potential is going to take over. I think Jaume is a good example of that. Let's switch over to FIFA real quick. I want to take a look and see what Jaume's potential is, because it certainly wasn't as much. He has a 75 potential. And we got him to what? Like, I don't even know what rating we got him to. I think like mid 80s. So goalkeeper is one of those things. I would say, like, if you're going to do a long-term career mode save, sign a goalkeeper early on that you want to be like your full-time keeper for the rest of the save, because it's one of those things, even if they're 34, 35 years old, they're still going to go up in their rating. Dynamic potential takes over. And it's just really cool to see a player progress like Jaume. Like, that's really cool to see. He has 75 potential. Even if we look at some of the older squad files, we probably started that career mode mid-January. And he was a little bit higher rated then. 76, 77 potential. But still, I still think the point stands. Yeah, 34, he got a +2, exactly. He went like 1 or 2 every season. It really was a great story. It was a quick progression once we started like making some big signings, but I still think it was a lot of fun. What do we want to check? We wanted to check out Notts County and see if they're still in FIFA. Yeah, they're not in FIFA 21 anymore. When did they get relegated? They were 19 still there, FIFA 20. Yeah, FIFA 19 was the last time they were in FIFA. So they must be in. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm what the league below League 2 is. I know it's like split up to like north-south regions or something. My knowledge of English football isn't probably as good as your guys' is, but yeah. I mean, this is a team, but back in FIFA 13, man, they were a pretty good crew. I think it was Pierce is who I'm thinking of. Yeah, it was Pierce, dude. 63 overall, 72 potential, but the 84 sprint speed, 74 acceleration for either a bronze card in Ultimate Team or maybe your road to glory for a career mode. Stamina 81. Just an incredible player at center back. Anyways, getting back to the Aston Villa stuff. The National League, aka the Vanarama League. I like the Vanarama League. Yeah, I know with PC mods, you can actually do like a National League career mode. I've seen a couple of stuff about that on Twitter, which is cool. I think there's definitely a place for that in the the career mode scene on YouTube, as well as I'm pretty sure it's popular on FM as well. I always remember Ousmane Dembele took over some team from the lower divisions and got them to the Champions League final. I'm sure one of you guys know what I'm talking about there. The infamous YouTube clip or Twitter video. And what clubs have we been to in this save? We started our career mode, the Journeyman Career Mode, at Tigres in Mexico. After that, we went to Sporting in Ligue NOS, and then we went to not the Eredivisie, the Belgian Pro League with Club Brugge, and here we are at Aston Villa. Also, pretty interesting news that the combination of like the Belgian Pro League, the Eredivisie might be happening. Clubs are, I guess, from my understanding, clubs are open to talking about it now. It's not necessarily going to happen, but at least it's a possibility. Leo asking why I don't stream on Twitch. I find like I'm able to reach a couple more viewers here on YouTube. I think YouTube's a pretty growing platform for live streams. Obviously, Twitch is great as well. I mean, they've got some cool features, and I watch plenty of Twitch streams. So that's one of those things. Should the Vanarama League be in FIFA? I think there would be some demand for it. Maybe not as much as people think. Obviously, like, I think including any other leagues in England would probably be good for FIFA's like user base. But again, like, personally, the league that I would be most interested in having is like, I don't know, maybe some more North American leagues. The second division of US football or US soccer, which the name of is completely USL, I think it's called. Basically the league below MLS. I think that would be really interesting to see, because there's some pretty notable cities that have clubs. Sacramento, for example, Tacoma here in Washington, as well as the Canadian Premier League. I think that's what it's called. Would also be good to see. But that's just like my North American bias coming in. I'm sure you guys would like to see, I guess, some more like obscure leagues to the general person, but one that you might be interested in, you know? Let's get into this match against Liverpool, though. I'm ready for some gameplay. We're hyped for it. People in Holland don't want Belgium and Holland together. I think it's an interesting situation, because for each respective league, maybe we can take a look at the clubs that are available, because there's no promotion relegation system in FIFA. So we'll start by taking a look at the Netherlands and the Eredivisie. You look at these teams, and in my opinion, there's 5 to 6 teams that are going to be challenging for the top 4 spots. Obviously, in recent years, it's been PSV, Ajax, Feyenoord. And I think over the last like 60, 70 years, they've won all but a handful of titles, maybe 3 or 4. Utrecht have popped in every now and then. I'm not sure what other clubs have actually managed to win a title, but yeah, I think really the top 4, top 5 are more or less the same teams, just switching around. Ajax with the recent dominance. The years prior, Feyenoord were winning a couple, PSV were winning a couple. And then in Belgium, I think it's more or less the same situation. I have to go all the way to the top here to find Belgium, but here they are. Yeah, I mean, it's Club Brugge, Standard Liège, Henk, Anderlecht, in my opinion, competing. So there's really 5 or 6 teams from each league. I think if they were combined, it would make the top half of the table very interesting. I don't know your guys' thoughts on that, or if you've heard about the news, but I think it would be a really interesting, like a really interesting twist to that situation. I think it would honestly help from a marketing standpoint in terms of putting both of those countries more on the map. I think mostly everyone knows of Ajax, of course, but in terms of Eredivisie stuff, only recently, and I think FIFA has in parts of this with the whole upgrade system for Ultimate Team. Like if a player from a certain club and that club wins the match, the player gets an upgrade. It's resulted in like the most viewership for Eredivisie fixtures in recent history. So it goes to show the impact like FIFA can have on live viewership. What news are we talking about? We're talking about the whole Eredivisie Pro League combination and whether it's a thing. No, I'm from the Netherlands and dislike the idea of Beneliga. Again, it's kind of a polarizing issue, isn't it? I understand both perspectives. I think if you're a big fan of the Eredivisie, you probably want the Eredivisie to stay as is. Then again, there's probably ones that want to see them combined, but I think for someone like myself, I'm speaking for someone that for the most part watches MLS here in the US as well as Bundesliga, Premier League. I don't watch a whole lot of Pro League, Eredivisie. Personally, I think it would make the league a lot more interesting. But of course, then you got to talk about history, the rivalries, all that sort of stuff. It's hard to experience change, but sometimes change is a good thing. We really do have to use these kits, huh? It's kind of a kick clash either way, so. Anyways. This Liverpool team hasn't really done a whole lot of changes 3 seasons in. I think the only transfer they've made is Neuhaus and Hummels. No Gomez, no Matip. Would I recommend Ihatrin? Yeah, he's actually been a pleasant surprise for this save. Flickiify stream tonight. This is going to be the only stream of the day. I should be live about 2 hours total. We're only about half an hour into the stream. But yeah, he's been a solid player in this save. Actually, a transfer that the computer made. So it's been cool to see. We got DJ coming in with a $4.99 super chat just before the match. Hope you're having a good day today. Ma'am, thank you. Hope you're having a good day as well. That goes for everyone in the chat today. You know, and even if you're not having the best day so far, hopefully you can turn things around. But let's see some score predictions in the chat before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this match. I think that's the first time I've used that line for a commentary, but I think it's applicable. Lammy, you want to see the whole stream? I'll be honest with you, Lammy. There's not a whole lot of interest in the whole city career modes. That's not to say I won't stream it in the future, but I feel like the Journeyman series and the Barca, well, I guess both Journeymans, the manager Journeyman and the club Journeyman, tend to attract more interest. So, not saying the whole city career mode's done. I'll try my best to finish it up, but I think I need to switch up how we make that content a bit. Why it's still going to be a legend in my books, though. Yo, that run on the left, we might be able to find it here. And a cross sent in first time. Not a horrible cross. Alex unable to collect. Is it possible in the future to do a Lille career mode? It is, yes, a possibility. Although I don't think it's one of the teams I'm thinking about for a French career mode. In case you missed Monday's stream, I was kind of talking about the content we want to do on the channel moving forward. Before we start a full-on save in France, I was thinking about doing a couple of one-off videos just to experiment with some other topics. I think it's good for me as a creator, and I've kind of been getting that feel for what you guys want to see as well. So yeah, we're gonna try out some different content this weekend, hopefully, and we'll see how that goes down. I think I've got it narrowed down to really 3 teams in France when we do decide to start a career mode. That might change, you know. Things change in football from week to week, and the storylines do see some changes as well. But right now, I'm kind of thinking Marseille, Nice, or Monaco. One of those 3 teams. Ethan, yo man, I'm a Villa fan. Oh, you're good in a good spot then. And in case this is the first time you're tuning in, this is a Journeyman Career Mode save. So each season we tend to move to a different club in a different league. We might be able to go out in front. This is Watkins, who's been our standout player in this save. He gets the opening goal. You love to see that against Liverpool at home. But yeah, each season we move to a different club. This is the 3rd season of the save, 4th club that we've managed. And I've got to say, like, the year before Aston Villa were in the championship, they easily saw promotion, winning the championship title. But they've got an incredible squad. They've made some good transfers. Ihatrin, for example. And then some of the standout original players like Ollie Watkins has been pretty clutch. Just wish he had a real facing game, but FIFA stats are incredible. Roy Cuff asking for a GeoGuessr stream. I'm still open to doing one eventually. To be honest, I haven't played too much GeoGuessr recently. It's mostly been career mode content for the channel, and then when I'm not recording, for the most part, I'm playing pro clubs. I think there'd be some interest in a pro club stream. Either one live, or we can set one up in the Discord. I do want to eventually, I don't know, set up like a week every, or a day every week where we can, I don't know, do something on Discord. Like maybe we all play the same career mode and do the same career mode challenge or something like that, or just a casual pro club stream. But this might be the equalizer. Yeah, it is. Neuhaus to get the goal, one of their 2 transfers from the Bundesliga. Abdullah, hi, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, just starting up the stream, only half an hour in. We got some entertaining gameplay. I mean, this is pretty much expected to be a high-scoring fixture on all accords. Every time I play 2 career modes at the same time, I lose all of my progress. Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people will actually mention. How do I personally keep the saves? I'm guessing in game you keep different save files. Like that's what I do. I have a save file for each series, and then I have like multiple ones for the YouTube content, just so I can go back and load things up. I'm not sure why that was a stop of pace by Grealish, but yeah, basically you want to have a save file, or maybe even 2 save files for each series that you're doing, or each save that you're doing, because you get up to 10 slots on consoles. I think there's a way that you can have more than 10 on PC. I'm not sure how you do that, but yeah, that's the thing. So I would say devote like 1 or 2 save slots to each one. I typically have a backup save at the beginning of each season, and also one with like your most recent progress. So that's the thing. And also just keeping track of things in general. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. For me, I don't have too hard of a time differentiating between the saves, because for the YouTube series, I play it and then I also end up editing it. So it's not too hard for me to remember what happens in each of them. But yeah, maybe just like scribbling down some notes for yourself. You can always take a look at like what transfers happened each season. That can be a good way to refresh things. Take a look at the calendar, see how fixtures went. Went all the way to the 50th minute. It's going to be one of those streams where we don't even focus on the gameplay too much. We're just looking at chat. The Monday stream vibes. We were basically talking about food the whole time. Do I want to see changes to player career mode? Personally, I'm not a huge player career mode proponent. I haven't really done that game mode at all. But yeah, I would like to see some changes. I mean, I know there's a fan base for it. So yeah, I mean, I think we share some interest in that. It's another single player game mode, which at sometimes doesn't get the whole load of attention from EA. Hopefully that's something that'll change, though. You know, some promising stuff in FIFA 20, so hopefully that continues. This might be the go-ahead goal for Liverpool. Big block by Luis Felipe. Let's get that out of here. Nicely done. We can actually get on a counter here. Go on. It's Watkins making the run as well. He's off. I think he's off. He's not. Oh, it's off the post, bro. Grealish to follow it up. Back in the box. Dude, I thought for sure he was off. Let me take a look at this instant replay. No way. I mean, it's pretty close. VAR check might put his arm offside. Dang. That's a close one. Yeah, that's when he kicks it. Just trying to find the best angle here. Grealish is so nice in game. Yeah, I think as a cam, he's probably best. Again, I can't get the perfect angle here. Oh, that's a good angle, actually. Yeah, that's extremely close. That might line up with his left elbow. Close one. Let's see if we can get this result against Liverpool. Still 1-1. I actually didn't take a look at any of the score predictions, so I'm kind of just playing in game, and we'll see if any of them come true. It's a big takeaway. Grealish. A little over the top through ball. Wasn't the intended target, but it still might work. Watkins making another run. It's Van Dijk in the middle, though. Grealish. That was intended to be a finesse shot. Ended up being more of a cross. Rodrigo said 2-2. That could happen. Still 30 minutes left to play. That's a great run. Maybe a cross here? Again, we're just trying to get it in the mixer. Alisson very quick to come off his line. That's a win. Shout out to Matty Cash. I said 2-1 LFC. Both of those predictions certainly looking like it might happen. I think we've got a win on the cards, though. Hopefully this won't be a curse to the commentator and Liverpool get a goal. But just like counterattacking wise, we're able to get so many numbers forward. That's again onside. Watkins. Yo, I thought that was in the back of the net. He got the shot off, no problem. This is just inches wide. Too good in game, man. Let's actually make some substitutions. Bringing on Traore in that 1-star weak foot. Diaz maybe for Grealish. I don't know. 87 rate is tough to take that kind of player off. Suarez for Tammy. I do watch a couple of Mark Goldbridge clips. I don't tune in for the live streams necessarily, but any clips I see on Twitter, and I actually am subscribed, or I watch some of his like personal channel. He like makes cooking videos. Anytime I see a cooking video in my sub box, I know I'm gonna watch that. Favorite team in the Premier League? I would say Southampton. Oh, that's a horrible pass, man. That could have easily been a goal-scoring chance for Liverpool. Got a couple runners here. If we can just work the ball out wide, I think we can get another counterattack going. Liverpool's fullbacks just push up so far, man. Speaking of which, here's another attack going. Salah. You can see Trent making that run on the right. Basically a back three for them at this point. Okay, 8 minutes left. Let's get this dub. Looks like Liverpool making some changes as well. Firmino going off. Lacazette being brought on. Okay, it's a big transfer. This is Sanson from the midfield. We'll find Suarez. That could have been a foul. Call on Virgil, though. Let's get a team press going. Win back possession in Liverpool's own half and get one more chance here. Substitution for Liverpool coming off the pitch. Look, I have A's in my training drills, and for some reason they don't save. That's a good question. I've never run into that. I'm assuming it's all on the same save file because they don't carry over to different save files. No, please, not like this. Big save. Get it cleared. No, not there, not there, not there. It's not going to happen here. Don't do this, Liverpool. Counter. We'll take a draw. Dude, I was pressing Y to get that through for a counterattack, and he just ends up playing it to one of our fullbacks. You got to take a draw against Liverpool, though. Yeah, Southampton, I do hope they stay in the league. They had such a strong start that I think that'll end up being the difference maker for them. You know, beginning of the season, I think there were some shouts that they finished in the top half of the table, but actually haven't looked to see what the Premier League standings are like these days. I think last time I checked, Southampton was like 15th or so. Yeah, they're in 14th right now. Equal on points with Burnley, same goal differential as Burnley as well. Yeah, it's going to be... I think Fulham end up staying up. They've been in pretty good form as of late. Some big results, obviously. I mean, West Brom and Sheffield United, unfortunately, does not look too bright for them. Unless they catch form at the right time, but... Yeah, Fulham, Newcastle, Brighton, Burnley, Southampton. Kind of all competing there. I don't know, out of those couple of teams, who would you like to see stay in the Premier League? Always curious to hear your guys' opinions on it. What's going on, Saigan? I think Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom, and Newcastle will go down. Yeah, Newcastle down to the championship. It doesn't seem like that long ago that they were there, but I still remember when they saw promotion. That would have been like 2015, 2016. Actually, take a look. We're in the Premier League 17, 18, 15, 16. So 16, 17, they were in the championship. I guess they just spent the one season there. And that was when Rafa Benitez was their coach, right? Yeah, honestly, I've watched a couple of Fulham matches in full, and they play quite well in the build-up. It was just like they kind of needed that prolific striker, and it seems like they've been able to bag some goals recently, so that's been good for them. And we're all the way up to 7th in the table with a match in hand compared to a lot of our opposition. Match against Newcastle, they're mid-table. Yeah, that draw against Liverpool wasn't the worst thing. I mean, they also have another match in hand, so yeah, the push goes on for Europa League come the end of the season. We can finally get it in either the Carabao Cup or based off our Premier League performances. It's good to see you in the chat, Baller. What are you guys saying? Should we place one against Newcastle? I feel like we haven't highlighted them too much in this save. I think Reading are going to be the big fixture of today's stream. We'll end up playing against Chelsea, maybe Everton, Leeds, Brighton if you guys are interested, but I think some of you might be curious to see some transfers go down in January. We've got a lot of budget left. You know, 12.32 mil. We can maybe let some players go. What's going on with Leicester in our save? Yeah, let's take a look. I wasn't actually seeing where Leicester's at. Speaking of Southampton and West Brom, they are in the relegation zone. Leicester all the way in 11th. Very polarizing results, either wins or losses for them. Not a whole lot of draws. I think the same could be said for us. While the the Manchesters battle it out. Ashton saying we should sim this one. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. We'll do another interactive match sim here so we can catch up on chat a bit. Severiano, it is currently 9:53 for me. So the day is just getting started. Yeah, Arsenal in 9th. Yet they want to qualify for Champions League according to their board objectives. So we'll see if that happens. Man, I remember I made this. I looked back at my FIFA 13 save file with York City. And Arsenal ended up finishing in the same spot they were in the Premier League last season, which ended up being, I think, like 10th, 11th, 9th, somewhere around there. Yeah. Didn't even realize an Aston Villa Career Mode had started. Yeah, this is the next team for the Journeyman. This might be the 3rd or 4th one that we've done. But a good start, 18 minutes in. Sanson, another big goal. Former Marseille man. Maybe he is a... Gosh, what would be the right term for? He might be some insight on the next career mode. I don't know if we'll do Marseille, but has the schedule for the streams been changed? It's still Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The start time is kind of always up in the air. Lately, I've been enjoying the earlier streams. I think more people are around for it as well. So yeah, I mean, usually I start about half an hour to an hour prior to now. I've always considered myself a morning person, so it kind of works out best for me. Man, we're gonna end up doing this general Journeyman for like, I'd say about 8 seasons, because this is season 3, I think. Yeah, season 3, and this is the first like top 5 league we've gone to, so you can definitely expect another 4 seasons after this at least, as hopefully this isn't a serious injury for Grealish, arguably our best player. We'll bring well, let's give Mancia a little bit of playtime. Haven't seen him recently. Any suggestion for Scottish League that's not Celtic or Rangers? I think Aberdeen could be a shout. I know a couple of Scottish teams outside of them. Killamurick or something. There's another one. Should sign Olise to our French side later, tearing it up in the championship. Yeah, we can look up some signings here on FIFA in a little bit. I think you guys are going to enjoy the content that's coming out on Sunday. It's been a suggested video for a while, so you'll be able to see some good transfers go down, hopefully some realistic transfers. And for those of you that enjoy the Road to Glory kind of content, get a taste of that as well. So dang, that possession play by Mancia, going all the way to the corner flag. Can we get another goal here? We can indeed. 3-0. Watkins getting in on the action. We'll jump to a result here, and it ends at 3-0. Let's say over the next few weeks, YT. No set schedule for it right now. It's just like, I want to make sure I'm giving myself a little bit of a break and not jumping into another one of those career mode saves right away. Yo, and a 3-month injury for Grealish. That is not what we're trying to hear. Fortunately, we've got some squad depth at that position. We're going to see a bit more of Mancia Diaz in the save, but that's a big loss for us. 87 rated Grealish, man. I think it's got to be Mancia there. Well, then again, we would have 2 lefties. It could be good to start Diaz, because he is right-footed, 5-star, 5-star. And we'll have a lefty on the right. Yeah, McGinn has kind of come on as a substitute in most matches, I would say. Pretty balanced player. And just 28 years old, 3 seasons in, not bad. So who will be going in from our substitutes? I guess Douglas Ruiz probably would be the best one. A little bit more playtime for him. Yeah, we move. I mean, that's all we can really do. Baller coming in with the statistics. 38.65%. That's something. That's hard to believe. Yeah, we started right around 23, 24K. 6 months later. Let's see what we're on right now. We hit 33. Yeah, we hit 33K subscribers in the last stream. So yeah, I think the summer months are going to be pretty good for the channel. And that I'm just going to be able to have more time to record. And I think also with hopefully things open up, fingers crossed about like the whole pandemic situation, just like I think getting back to a little bit of normalcy, hopefully, it's be good for everyone. So obviously, like, I miss seeing some of my friends that I haven't been able to visit and speak with outside of like online stuff for, gosh, about a year now. So I'm sure some of you all are in the same boat. But hopefully the end, or close to the end, is in sight. We get back to some normalcy here pretty soon. What's going on, Beat? One thing I like about career mode is that when a player gets injured, their rating drops. Yeah, that is pretty realistic. Like, obviously, if a player is injured, they shouldn't be they shouldn't be on full sharpness, right? I think Grealish was on a -7 or something. Oh, here you can see a +5, but if we move him to the substitutes. Okay. apparently it doesn't apply to Grealish. He's Iron Man. He can play when he's injured. Interesting. I've like we had Diaz there, yeah. And it was Mancia. Yeah, I do think it's realistic. The player does drop in their rating. I think that happened to Kang and Lee in the Valencia save. Kind of unfortunate stuff for him because such a promising talent, but I think just the inconsistency was really a thing for him. Like, if he put away most of his chances in front of goal, he would be easily the starting center midfielder / center attacking in that squad. But just the inconsistencies led him to more of a substitute squad rotational role. As we've got a scouting report coming in, starting off with a 37 to 51 overall, 68 to 94 potential player with Leon James. My dad is from Valencia. Cool stuff. I actually have not had the chance to visit Spain yet, so that's certainly on the bucket list. And all the 94 potential talents coming through here from England. That was like 3 in a row. 4 94 potential players in one scouting report. We got some NDL shouts in the chat. I didn't know we had a Nico supporters here. Let's not spam it though. It's only going to result in one thing, and that's a timeout. I'm sure one of the mods will get to that in a second. Anyways, I think we will probably simulate a couple more fixtures so we can get to this quarterfinal in the Carabao Cup. Then again, West Ham are 9th in the table. Maybe we play this one. They're pretty much the same spot we are. So it'll be pretty important for our Premier League standings. We'll play against West Ham. It's always a good fixture to... Would have been nice if it's at an away match, but that's all right. I think it's I don't know the full name of the NDL, but it's Nico Omalana. Yeah, there you go, Nico Defense League. I do watch his videos. He was actually involved in the FIFA scene, I'm pretty sure, before he switched kind of the direction of his channel. But he makes some pretty entertaining content. I feel like there was something I wanted to do before we played this match. We wanted to potentially look at some FIFA stats for you know, French league signings. Oh, I didn't know Thogden had one as well. Do occasionally watch the Thogden video. Yeah, we'll play against West Ham. Actually see what their starting 11 is looking like. I don't know who Kruger is. Never heard of him in FIFA. Could be a Youth Academy player. Could be a regen. They've got Rodriguez. Not sure which Rodriguez that is, of course. They've signed Kabak from Schalke. All right. Big signing there. Consigli. They've made some good transfers. Let me look up Kruger real quick. I do not know who that is. And if he's starting for a Premier League side, that's something. Dang, this dude's actually pretty decent. Low key. I'll show you guys here. I've never heard of Florian Kruger before, but a 21-year-old, 72 rated German striker playing at Uzgebirge. Great name there. They're in the Schweizer Bundesliga. They are in the Schweizer Bundesliga, so I mean, quite the signing. Yeah, genuinely never heard of this guy before. Let me take a look at some of his old FIFA stats. Yeah, he's seen a big jump up in his rating this year. That's why. So he's really just burst onto the scene this FIFA. No real face, which is kind of disappointing. 3-star, 3-star, good pace. Decent shooting statistics. And an affordable release clause, especially for a Premier League side. So that explains that. Yeah, Diaz is indeed a homegrown talent, and he's actually going to be featured in one of his first matches as a starting 11 player. I think we might need to make a change here for Watkins, even if he is a prolific goal scorer. We'll go Suarez, Abraham up top. I'm not sure if that's going to be the dynamic duo, but we'll try it out. I think Bjorn Engels can feature for Luis Felipe in this one. I'll call that good. We'll get into the match here. I think we're all good for the kits. Let me actually look back and see if I can still find the score predictions from... I can. Okay, I think the last one ended 1-1, right? Anyone get that one right? No, in fact, actually, no 1-1 predictions from the Liverpool match earlier in the stream. Maybe we'll get some predictions right for here against West Ham. Nice to see a Dane in the team. We're talking about West Ham. I don't, unless Bjorn Engels is Danish. He might be. Because he hasn't really featured all that much in this save as a substitute, but we got that Suarez hype going on.
Thank you, Villa Park. Enjoy the match.
Oh, Delaney, of course. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Totally forgot about that transfer because it was one the computer made. But yeah, Delaney's been solid in this save. I would say, like, the midfielders we've got with Sanson and Delaney, they have been pretty much unstoppable. Because Delaney's got, I think, low-high work rates, and then Sanson has the high work rates, so it's a good duo, for sure. And here's that Kruger guy. Did I move from Bruges to Villa? Yep. Start of season 3, or I guess the end of season 2, technically. That's where we moved to. I just couldn't pass up on an offer from a championship side that was going to see promotion. Like, this Villa team is incredible, so I was just honestly shocked to see they were in the championship and they saw relegation in season 1. Decent play here. Tammy, oh, just about got played through. Is that Suarez making the pass as well? I'd say Suarez has been amazing as, like, kind of a creator, not so much as a goal scorer, if I'm being honest. Will I ever do an MLS team? I do want to make some sort of video concept for MLS or the U.S. men's national team. Done a couple of MLS career modes with the Journeyman save, but yeah, I've definitely got some plans for MLS content. I mean, it's probably the league I follow the second most, if not the most, so the knowledge is there. And I think there's some interest in it as well for the right kind of video. I don't know, if we end up doing MLS content, is there anything you guys would want to see in particular? I think certainly something involving the younger U.S. men's national team / MLS players would be interesting, because I would say that's arguably one of the league's strong points. Like the whole homegrown talent system. Some high potential players coming out of MLS now moving to European sides, like I guess Aronson would be a good example from the Philadelphia Union. And then I guess more recent years you got, gosh, Weston McKennie. I don't know if Josh Sargent ever played for MLS team. I don't think he did. Might have. And yeah, a lot of them do have a real facing game. I know you like your face scans, Baller. Yeah, it's a nice thing about MLS. Honestly, the graphics package that they've got for MLS this year is really good. One of the few that have a unique background, I guess. Unique color scheme. Chris Richards, I want to say he played for Dallas. There's a lot of links between FC Dallas and Bayern Munich. Pulisic, I don't think he ever played for an MLS team, if I'm not mistaken. Because he joined Borussia's youth academy pretty young. Yeah, I do indeed support Seattle. That's right. Might be able to tell from the jersey in the back. Although a lot of people associate Seattle with the Rave Greens, so not everyone's going to recall this kit that I guess was like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, he did play for FC Dallas. That's what I thought. Yeah, a lot of promising talents coming out of, well, Seattle, in all honesty. I mean, Jordan Morris, kind of sad news with the whole injury that he had while he was at Swansea City, but he looked very promising in the couple of appearances and the couple of minutes he had. It's just bad luck, I guess. Because Morris has been extremely healthy and hasn't had a lot of injuries for Seattle ever since he had the kind of season-long one. So it's tough to see, man. Not just as a Sounders supporter, but, you know, obviously it's probably his dream to move to Europe, and to have that sort of luck is just unfortunate. But I'm sure he'll come back stronger. For Chelsea, we're doing good. Yeah, as of late, really since Tuchel took over, we've been in pretty good form, right? Haven't seen a whole lot of Christian Pulisic, which I'm kind of sad about, but I mean, they do what they got to do. Which center back are we talking about? Chris Richards? Yeah, he's been called up to the Bayern first team. I don't know how many appearances he's made for them, but I think he's featured in like 1 or 2 matches because they had a couple of injuries earlier on in the season. So yeah, Bayern certainly looking in decent form. We'll see how they do against Lazio. That could have been a really good goal had Sanson finished that to the far post. Yeah, Mark McKenzie, also a heavily linked player at, I think he plays for Henk, either Henk or Hens, always get those two mixed up. And then the guy that's at, I think, Barnsley had been in great form as well in the championship. Be kind of cool to see them get promotion. But yeah, he's on loan from Orlando City. Come on, Diaz. Yeah, Jordan Morris is amazing in FIFA. The one thing that kind of lets him down is the weak foot, but he's very quick. He's got good dribbling statistics. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving some MLS players a chance if you've never tried some of the talents from the league. Especially if you're doing like a Bundesliga career mode, because that would make for a pretty realistic transfer. I think we usually start Watkins on the left. We'll go Mancia for a bit. And there were some shouts for McGinn earlier on in the save, so we'll sub him on for Delaney. I think we need to potentially change his position to make him a CM. There you go. Gets the +4. Hey, Moore says it was in MGH's Sunderland series. Well, there you go. Was that this FIFA? Last FIFA? Again, he's a quality player. And I guess Sunderland do have that American tie with Lyndon Gooch, so decent signing that. And they tend to have pretty good physical stats, yeah. I mean, the ones that get a lot of hype, I guess. Maybe their stats might be boosted, but yeah, it's definitely a physical league. MLS is. You're always going to have some pacier players on your side, just for, you know, counterattacking is a big part of the game here, and I would say. Does McGinn have the number 1? I'm not sure if that's what we should be having. But then again, like, surely that must have just been because of some of the transfers the computer made, because I don't think an outfielder should have the number 1. That's like reserved for a goalkeeper. Some good build up here. Watkins. This is a roulette coming. Oh, yeah. Dude, I wish the roulette was just as good as it used to be. It used to be one of my favorite skill moves. It's just like not as effective as it once was. That's a big tackle. Good stuff from Sanson. On Engels. You know, West Ham could have been a shout for a team to move to. They still got Declan Rice. Still have Souček. I guess they're just missing out on players like Aller. Who's West Ham starting striker right now? Is it still Antonio? I don't think we're getting to that. We'll try a team press here towards the end, but it's just not working out for us in this match. Anytime we don't have Watkins and Abraham for the full 90 minutes, just don't get the results, man. We get one more chance before the end of the match. 2 minutes of added extra time.
Minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Some decent play here. We're past 2 minutes. Oh, man. We had to force that one up a little bit. And another draw, this time 0-0. Need a late winner. That would have been nice, man. I saw a YouTube comment. I'm not sure if you're in the stream about slider settings. You can catch it at the start of most career modes that I do. The first episode of Valencia has it. And also there's the slider settings over on Discord, which is always a good place to reference that. But anyways, another draw. We've warmed up now for the big fixture ahead in the Carabao Cup Quarter-Final. Yeah, Antonio is starting. I mean, honestly, it's been pretty amazing to see what he's been able to contribute the last few seasons. I feel like he puts up a good amount of goals every year. I want to say 2 seasons back, he also had a very good year. So only 1 shot all game. Yeah, sometimes it be like that, man. This is the 3rd season of the save. Yep. Comment, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday typically, so I guess every other weekday. And then typically some content goes up on the weekend as well, about once a week. We'll see how we do here against Everton. We'll do a calendar sim for this one just to maintain some of that stamina. And we do get a dub. Nice. Love to see it on the calendar sims. Board is still on our case about fulfilling those objectives. We'll get there. I'm just happy Suarez hasn't been complaining all that much. I think he probably starts for some of the calendar sims, which is why he's like not upset that he's more of a substitute than a crucial first teamer. Well, speaking of Reading, here they are in the quarterfinals. We'll see if any fixtures have been played. So United are past Leicester, West Ham defeating Wolves, and then Spurs Liverpool still yet to be played. So we've got a good chance here, man. I think we could likely, if we keep on winning, we'll likely see United or Liverpool in the final. Certainly one of those two in the semi, if not the final. I haven't had a chance to really use Vronx in game. No, I signed him in my Wolfsburg career mode to replicate that transfer, but I'm not sure what his rating is these days. Let me take a look at it real quick. But yeah, I never really had a chance to use him at his peak potential. I must have spelled his name wrong. Here he is, Aston Villa, 67 to 85. Yeah, I mean, all his stats look good enough. The 5-star weak foot's big. 3-star skill moves, high work rate, so you can use the box-to-box depth plan, which is my favorite for CMs. And he's already got pretty good statistics in the pace department. Just got to work on some of those defending and technicals. But yeah, he looks like a great shout. If he has a real face next year, I think he could certainly be one of the players to look out in the career mode scene for FIFA 22. That's my early prediction. Because he's going to be joining Wolfsburg this summer, I believe. He's still over at Mechelin. Yeah, I think he'll have a face scan next year. Fingers crossed, as long as he stays at the club and doesn't go out on loan. Raheem, what's going on? But anyways, we'll get into this match. We've warmed up. We've done everything we can, and now we're going against, I'm guessing, a championship side. They've got Eggestein at striker. I think there's 2 Eggesteins in career mode. There's one that's a center mid, there's one that's a striker, so they probably have the striker one. We should be able to match up against this team pretty well, man. We got our prolific duo up top, We're growing steadily. Really the only change from normal is that we don't have Grealish. Gotta make do with Diaz for now. Play with the second team? I don't know. This is the quarterfinal. I do get playing with the second team. Maybe I'll feature Aaron's because he's a bit unhappy. It's probably Johannes Eggestein. Well, there you go. I'd like to see players like Traore and Mancia get more involved, but it's just tough to do so, man. We give Engels a start. It's a little bit of rotation in our starting 11. Side Mundevoort, a good goalkeeper with a decent potential. Yeah, he's been suggested a couple of times. We do need to sign a backup goalkeeper. We were actually considering signing a player from Rochdale, I believe. Forget his name. Play Suarez. Hopefully we'll go ahead and bring him on in the second half here. Let's get some goals here. The last couple of fixtures have been pretty low scoring. I mean, these passes are just too good. And the finish from Watkins, the finesse shot as well. The fact that he got that shot off in time, bro. He's too good. He's too good. I mean, what a start to the match, dude. That inviting, I think that was even an A pass from Abraham. It ended up being kind of a leading Y pass. Not even a nutmeg, just over and to the left of the goalkeeper's knee. Good stuff. We're just getting settled in. 5 minutes in. We already got a goal. First shot on target, first goal. You know I gotta try it, dude. With Ollie Watkins having the pace that he has, you just gotta try the LBY passes. Or L1 triangle, I suppose, since we're on PS5, but... honestly, he's made this Villa Career Mode stand out to me. There's just something about, like, you know, you have unsung heroes, like unexpected standout performance in each save. I'm sure you guys can relate, but Watkins has been that. Initially this season, we didn't even have him in the starting 11 because we signed Suarez as a free agent. And this dude just like scores pretty much every match he features in. Do we plan on starting another career mode? Well, Valencia is finished. Series finale was uploaded last weekend. But eventually I do plan on doing another career mode, but I'm taking a little bit of a break just to try out some other types of content. Want to make sure you guys are staying engaged as well. And I guess the plan is just like spend a little bit of time focusing on other career mode content, kind of get an idea for how to produce those videos, and then hopefully we can get to a point where we're uploading one traditional career mode series and then one like random video throughout the week. So 2 uploads rather than just the one on the weekends. Because if I'm being honest, like I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the format that I had at the start of this FIFA. It's just hard to upload to those career mode episodes each week with how much time they each take simulating through the matches and also keeping the streams going and making sure that they're the quality I want. So I think one of those episodes each week, and then hopefully something that takes a little bit less time for me to produce, but you know, still has good value for y'all, just so we can get some more content on the channel. But a casual second goal there from Tammy. Beautiful fake shots, create some space. Cross goal effort. I don't know. Maybe that's something I can maintain at the start of each FIFA cycle, but for the whole year, I just don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Let's not give him a goal back here, though. We're off to a really good start. And a big save from Martinez. Because the series is called Saving Fulham. Okay, yeah, so I see the do a Fulham career mode with the financial takeover. Yeah, I mean, there have been some concepts like that. I can see it. There's probably some cool storylines we can build a video off of from the Premier League this year. Fulham are an interesting story. You could even do one with Sheffield United around, you know, having a new manager. I think it's still too early to say what career mode we're going to do at the start of FIFA 22. I mean, I typically start with a Premier League save. No, he did it! Dude, I thought for sure that he put that one wide. You got to try the chip sometimes. The keeper wasn't even off his line there. Dude, that's when you know you've done enough chips in FIFA 21 that it just automatically goes in. Did he chip that from right around the 18-yard box? That's wild. Brother, that's when you know your confidence is high, when you can just pull that sort of stuff off. Not entirely sure how that's gone in, but I'm telling you, man. Do enough chips. You just know how to do it. Man, that's what I wish clips were live for my channel. It should be coming out here on YouTube over the next few weeks / months. That's a clippable moment there. Yeah, chip shot's too good. They really are back for FIFA 21. Especially once you reach like the later stages of a career mode. When I had Ward-Prowse and Soler and all those type of players in the 90s there, you can pretty much shoot from anywhere, man. I need to look back at some of the Southampton episodes because the goals that James Ward-Prowse scored were something else, dude. As a box-to-box CM, there's no one quite like him this FIFA for me. Yeah, Barnsley could be a good career mode, especially if they keep that striker for next season. Yeah, maybe after this match we can go ahead and look at some potential teams that might see promotion. Obviously, like the thing with picking a career mode team, you want to make sure that you have. This is also goes to any aspiring content creators or people that also have a channel. Ideally, you want to be like one of, if not the only person making a save on that team. So I think I was probably the top search result for a Southampton career mode, and there might have been some other people doing Southampton as well, but at the time I think my channel probably had the first one showing up in search results. Well, yeah, it's always tough to pick because you got like what, 20 teams, and obviously there's more than 20 career mode content creators, so yeah, figuring out which club to do is always kind of tough, but sometimes it works out. Like Southampton, I just knew I would enjoy that career mode because I've done the Saints before, for a save in the past in FIFA 17, FIFA 14 even. So yeah, I knew I would enjoy that career mode, and I think that reflected in the videos that I was like invested into the storyline and the save in general. Dude, Martinez is on another one this game. That's 2 big stops from him. I know we're 3-0 up, but that's what he does, man. Yeah, even a championship side wouldn't be the worst shout. If West Brom get relegated, maybe. What's going on, Chris? Yeah, right now we're just playing the Carabao Cup Quarter-Final. Pretty good fixture for us, and that we've got Reading. But honestly, some of the top teams have already been knocked out of this competition. I think really the only top 4 sides would be United and Liverpool. So we've got a good shot at maybe getting some silverware here. Maybe we can score some nice goals as well. We scored a pretty nice chip shot with Tammy. Could probably highlight that here at the end of the match, but I'd say either Tammy's been the standout player in this fixture, or it could be Martinez. Made 2 or 3 good stops and might need a 4th one here. That's the thing about this 4-2-2. It's great for counterattacks, man. Oh, if that's a better pass, that's easily a 4th goal. Let's make some substitutions. Chris, this is the 3rd season 14 that we've managed. We spent half the season at both Tigres and Sporting. Full season at Club Brugge. Full season is the plan for Aston Villa. Let's give Douglas Luiz a little bit of play time. It's just tough because we've got so many good options in the midfield. Even Luiz being a good player just hasn't found his way into the starting 11 or substitutes, really. Only reason he's there right now is because of the Grealish injury. Yeah, Stylish, I have thought about that concept, kind of similar to what Chani's doing right now with Barca, right? And even, I think DK did some similar concepts. I think he calls it relegation regen rebuild or something along that sorts. That's kind of youth academy focused, but yeah, I mean, I think if I ever do a big team for a career mode, that might be the best way to do it, because I personally, at least for YouTube saves, I don't get quite the same enjoyment. It just wouldn't work out with the half season episode format, right? You would win Civil War too easily with the likes of Manchester United and Man City, so maybe adding a little extra challenge there would be good. Get a side of chips here. Yeah, to go with the chips. See, but that's the thing. American chips, obviously different than British chips. Do I got French fries? Do I have some Ruffles? Okay, do you guys have Ruffles in the UK? Because that's like, I would say that's my, when I do have chips, which lately hasn't been that often, I think it's got to be Ruffles or just like Lay's classic potato chips for me. Obviously, depends what you're eating with, but like Ruffles cheddar sour cream, it's got to be up there for me. And if you don't have Ruffles in the UK, I'm sorry. No Ruffles in the UK. Oh my gosh. If you guys ever go to the US, man, you can find Ruffles at any like grocery/convenience store. Try it out. Okay, we better not see a late resurgence here from Reading. I guess trying to get another one back. Clearly, I'm distracted by talking about food again. Oh gosh, I guess Ruffles crisps, I suppose, would be the best terminology, because chips are French fries. Now we're not bottling, we're holding on to possession. I'm advanced to the semifinal, I don't care. I'll do one more through ball here at the end, but yeah, I'm not bottling this one. Yeah, I imagine the potato chips here in the US might be better than UK. You've got some unique flavors, but I don't know. Chips just chips/crisps. They seem like an American thing, personally. That's one thing we're pretty good at here. All the mass manufacturing, right? There's probably like some secret spices and ingredients that go into US stuff that might not be able to go into UK stuff. I don't know. I'm just theorizing now. But the Canadians, they've got the fully dressed chips flavor. That's pretty good. Although that's recently become more of a thing here in the US. I've been seeing that more on most of the grocery stores have the fully dressed chips. That used to be like a luxury when you go to Canada. Yeah, that is kind of a unique thing, right? Speaking the same language, but some words or some things have different meanings. The ketchup flavored chip? Yeah, maybe. Oh, dude, we've got Liverpool. I guess 2 legs for the semifinal fixtures now moving forward in the Carabao Cup. I think we can do all right. I mean, we got to draw against them in the Premier League. We just have so many fixtures against Liverpool in this season, though. Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, a bit unlucky that we'll have to probably play against Liverpool and United. I was hoping we could maybe match up against West Ham. Well, look at this. We've got a Premier League fixture here against Liverpool. We had one against them last month, too. And then we've got 2 more here. Whole bunch of matches rescheduled. And this stream is just flying by today. We're almost 90 minutes in. Having a good time. Appreciate the support today, guys. Getting pretty close to that 100 likes mark. Yorkshire tea. See, that's something I do need to, I guess, dive a little bit deeper into. I've predominantly drink coffee, but I know tea is a big thing overseas, so. I'm from the West Coast, Sean, pretty close to Seattle, Washington. Good stuff, George. Yeah, we were talking about that on Monday. Good to hear the match went well. It looks like we have some contract refreshes to do. Leaving all the business for me to do as soon as I take over. Hopefully we can just delegate some of this stuff over. And I wish this wasn't a thing where as soon as you delegate the contract, it auto locks onto the player and it goes all the way down. I kind of wish it just stayed at the top, because I'm just trying to mass delegate all this contract stuff. This dude is set on a 1-year extension. Let's go 2 years. And 43K for the wages. We'll take that. Pretty big jump in the wages for most of these guys. It's always interesting to see. Oh, really? Is that a thing? Yo, hold up. Let me test that out, Angry World. Dude, that's going to save me so much time. Appreciate that. Now, this guy can have a release clause. That's no worries. This dude is retiring at the end of the season, I'm assuming. Yep. All right, that's sorted out. Anyways, maybe a fixture against Chelsea here. Oh, we also have some FA Cup kicking off, and we got all the competitions here towards the end of December. That's right. That's the busy period of English football. It's interesting compared to some of the other leagues. Like Bundesliga, they have a pretty big, I guess, holiday break from really around the 3rd week up till the end of the month. But England, you're like, let's put all the competitions here towards the Christmas time and all that stuff. Well, let's play against Chelsea. That'll be a good match. I don't think we featured them at all in this save. Muniain at the left wing position, captaining the side. They still got Timo Werner. They've signed a tall, actually playing as a right winger. Koulibaly as well. Pau Torres, we were talking about him earlier in the stream. They've taken a couple of Spanish players in Gaia and Torres. That's a good squad. A lot of transfers. Maybe just 2 or 3 original Chelsea players. I'm going to update these kits because I'm not trying to have a kit clash. But yeah, I'm not sure if we'll probably play 2 more matches in today's stream. We'll get into this one. Take a little break with some FIFA stuff. But that should put us on track for the January transfer window and the next stream, which should be on Friday. I think we'll probably stick to the Villa save. It's been nice to progress a little bit slower with the Journeyman stuff, not having to switch teams every week. All right, Shaquille, good luck in practice. When are you going to be starting a new series? Well, the new series will be starting in I'm guessing a couple of weeks' times. I don't have a set start date yet, but there's gonna be some more content coming to the channel. Hopefully this weekend. Just not a full-blown series.
Thank you, Villa Park. Enjoy the match.
We'll see how Chelsea plays. Typically, they're fairly counter-attacking. But yeah, it should be good to experiment with some other content on the channel. I think that's something I've tried to get used to more this year, especially as I've been like posting content more, is that I need to, I guess, like re-rationalize like what sort of videos you all want to see. I think that's a big thing about making content is like, for me, making some tips and tricks videos might be useful to you all, but I play a lot of career mode, so sometimes it's tough for me to figure out like what's common knowledge and what's what could make for a good video. So yeah, just figuring that out has been interesting for me this year. But I'm mostly just taking this year to, I guess, really hit stride, and then I think come FIFA 22 we'll hopefully see some more big things on the channel. I do feel like we'll keep the same structure of Valencia in that, not necessarily keeping all of our top players in the same team for the whole course of the career mode. That's like one thing that I've adjusted to. Like, it's okay to transfer list players and, you know, kind of refocus the team. I think that adds for some more interesting storylines. This Chelsea team is going to be tough to match up against. They play just so quickly, man. It's going to need a Tammy Abraham, Ollie Watkins masterclass. I personally didn't sign Delaney Diaz. He was one of the transfers the game made in this Journeyman save before I even joined the club. So they just so happened to sign a lot of CM/CDMs, which makes it a little bit tougher to pick players for the starting 11, right? There he goes, some good build-up. Ihatrin. Doing it on his left foot, the finesse. Needed to be better. Burns always going to make that save. That is a miss and a half from Tammy. Yeah, you're good, Diaz. I mean, he's got to take that on his other foot, dude. Like, I know that's probably his preferred foot, but man, that's not even shot error coming into play because that was a finesse shot. Yeah, Martinez's been playing amazing in the Premier League and in game. In all honesty, he's made some clutch saves. Nice to see he's doing well. I mean, with the amount of time he spent at Arsenal, I would really say just over the last couple of months of the 1920 season, did he start playing more of a starting role for them while Bernd Leno was injured. So it's been good to see how many clean sheets he's gotten at Aston Villa. But I mean, that save that he just made against Werner, it kind of sums up his playstyle. He's very quick to come off his line. He can distribute the ball pretty well. Might even have that acrobatic goalkeeper style. I was expecting a through ball there from Mount. Let's just try to get into the halftime break here. Luis Felipe, good clearance. We'll take that. Default, here's the team. I mean, we're not hanging on to a lot of possession, but yeah, I mean, this is where most of the goals are coming from. Watkins and Abraham. Just wish we had Grealish still. He's unfortunately injured right now. Should be coming back around the start of February, maybe March. Yeah, it might be just one of those things for Martinez where goalkeeper, a lot of it just comes down to confidence. So the fact that he was able to play a role in Arsenal doing well toward the end of the season. I think they had a pretty late cup run, right? Maybe either last year or the year before, he was like featuring in the final. How did we do against Reading? It was a 3-2 win. We kind of bottled toward the end and conceded 2 goals late, but enough to see us through to the semis. But yeah, I think confidence has a pretty big role for goalkeeping. And he's just been able to hit that confidence toward the end of last season and keep that confidence certainly this year. And still just in his late 20s. All right, let's focus up here. Try to get another dub here. Every win matters in the Premier League as we push on for Europa League. Man, I think today's a fantastic day for pro clubs. That's what I'm personally thinking. I don't know if any of y'all are playing pro clubs. I need to post about it more in the Discord because I'm trying to rank up my pro for both PlayStation and Xbox, because I typically play with my friends on Xbox, but PlayStation's like my main console. It's one of those things where I kind of wish it was just cross-compatible across all platforms, right? You're pro. I like all the differences, especially with next-gen consoles, because PlayStation 4 stats don't carry forward to PS5, and neither do Xboxes to the new one. Teams in Div 2, I'll tell you, Div 3 has been something else. We've been stuck in Div 3 for a while. Like, the push to Div 3 was pretty easy, like, pretty routine. I think we got promotion most season, if not every season. But Div 3, we've just been stuck there for a bit. We usually play like 4 or 5 man, though. And Div 3, we've just been matching up against a lot of 11-man sides. We like to play with an any as well. I know there are some teams that are strict about playing without an any, actually, and using the computer, but I personally can't stand it. Both playing against and playing with is just, yeah. I like playing against the computer when I'm playing career mode. When I'm doing online against other people, I like playing against another person. That's a big stop. And a big tackle. Come on now. We're playing well against Chelsea. I mean, they've dominated the possession statistic, but counterattacking wise, it's worked out for us. As Watkins might be through. If that's a better through ball, would have been over the head of Thiago Silva. We've got to remember, he's like, what, 34, 35 years old at this point in the save, so he's not going to have the most pace. Ooh, Paderborn career mode. I honestly don't know much about that club. I'm sure there's some gems in the lower leagues of Germany, though. They're probably Zweiter Bundesliga, so yeah, look out for any younger players in Bundesliga teams. You could maybe sign them on a loan, or high potential players from the Zweiter Dritte Bundesliga. He's on his right. It's a fantastic shot. Good save from Perrin. We'll make some substitutions with 10 minutes left. See if Suarez can get this match-winning goal. Bring Traore on to keep him happy. We'll try Mancia as well. Yeah, Div 2, Div 3, it's tough. I remember the last time I really played divisions properly in pro clubs was like FIFA, would have been like FIFA 14, FIFA 15. I think there might actually be a video on the channel. Made like a Div 1 run, but it's different these days. People take pro clubs pretty seriously. The fact that JCC was able to have, I think he's on like a 200-0 record right now. That's pretty incredible. could be it. Might have played that through ball to Watkins. It still could be there. Oh, dude, Watkins, if ever a time for you to get one on target, my man. He's been so consistent as well. Turns the defender. Nearly gets taken out by, I think that might be Zuma or Koulibaly. It's Koulibaly, actually. Yeah, Suarez was definitely not going to be a long-term striker. Right now, he's a substitute. The main reason we signed him is because he was a free agent. Lock on, please. Koulibaly, dude. He's so tall. I mean, another decent result. Like, I would have liked to win against Chelsea, but we're getting at least draws against these top teams. Maybe we can simulate a couple of fixtures. We do have the Carabao Cup coming up. Probably save that for the next stream. But I want to take a little break from gameplay. It's realistically the last match we're going to play. We can spend some time transfer listing some players, thinking about January, where to use those 12 million or so in the transfer budget. Yeah, once Ollie Watkins gets a face scan, he's going to be a really popular signing. Yeah, we need a FIFA break or something. Let's get my mind off FIFA for a little bit, or at least playing matches. Oh, there you go. We'll approach the end of December. Maybe do some training. I just like this whole stream. We've been so focused up because we've had tough fixtures. I can only play so many matches. It's like playing FUT champs in career mode when you play against Liverpool and all them. We'll load up some penalty kicks as soon as we're ready to start that up. But yeah, let's take a little FIFA break. What are we thinking? What are we gonna look up? We wanted to talk a bit about potential French league signings, maybe some signings that we can make for the save as well here at Aston Villa. So let's potentially look for some goalkeepers. I also saw on Sophie for this dude popped up, 24-year-old, 76 to 82 potential from Norway, and he's a free agent. I mean, if you can afford the wages, like you can see how many hits is on this guy. Going to be a pretty popular signing. I'm not sure about the rest of the players. Shout out to Gonzalez. But yeah. If you have any goalkeeper suggestions, we can get him on the transfer shortlist. Areola from PSG. Vitar, my day's going well. It's been a pretty good live stream today. Got some good results. No worries, James. Robert Bozanik. Let's see. Striker, 70 overall. 78 potential from Feyenoord. Okay. A little bit higher potential last FIFA. Ramsdale. Nick Pope. David Brooks was linked to Aston Villa this year. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this guy from Bournemouth. He should have a real face scan. He does. Medium work rates. 4-star, 4-star. Looks really good. I wanted to sign him for one of my crew modes. Maybe it was the Kaiser Siren save last year, or it could have been one of the crew mode challenges. But yeah, I've been keeping track of this guy for a while. The fact that he's in the championship, and I think Bournemouth are actually haven't seen promotion yet. So let's switch back over to the FIFA scene. We'll do some penalties, and then maybe we'll add Mr. Brooks to the short list. And we can look for some regens, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, let's play some penalties. I'm hyped for it. Keeping the strat, man. It's all about the penalty kick strat. It's not as good for tucking them away into the corners. It's certainly not as good for the training drills, but I mean, in game, moving it from one side to the other, there's something about it that just triggers the goalkeeper animation to be something different. Like, that's a pretty good example. They just fall over. I swear, switching over. Just been converting more of the the penalties. A pretty good drill there. Had that one not been saved, I think we would have gotten the A grade. Well, let's see. We'll simulate these drills and check out where Brooks is at in the save. Yeah, still over at Bournemouth. Let's shortlist him for sure. I think he could be a good signing. 6 foot as well, so could be even someone that plays centrally. I could see him as like a center forward type of role, even a winger. We could check out some older players for some experience. Yeah. Aim next to keeper's head powerfully. I'll maybe try that one out. Zach Steffen. Yeah, 27 years old, still over at City. I mean, going from one backup to another will be interesting. We'll see what he's rated. Would like to get some more Americans into the side. Dean Henderson, 25 years old, still at United. Might have even surpassed De Gea at this point. Let's see, he was at 85 overall. Oh no, I'm gonna leak what the next video is. I didn't mean to go to the save file, but it's okay if you guys know what the next video is. If you caught it, you caught it. I've been hyping it up for a while. That is the plan for Sunday, though. Moses Simon, 27 years old still, over at Nantes. We're gonna look up De Gea. Yeah, 32 still at United, slightly better for the overall rating. Yeah, we'll see where Rudiger is at. 29. Over at Bayern. Okay. So that's a fairly realistic transfer. Yeah, there you go, James. Yeah, interesting moves for him. So going from, I guess, Dortmund to Stuttgart to Chelsea to Bayern. Yeah, it might be the Bayern 2 video. I'm not going to like spoil the concept of it, but yeah. You gotta go with the Bayern 2 hype. I mean, been getting so many comments about it in the chat. See where Kepa's at. I don't think he featured in the. Yeah, it was what's his name? Honestly, another good transfer here by Career Mode, and that he's going to Sevilla. I'm not sure they're not like a rival of Bilbao, are they? Because that would be a little bit bad, with him having played there. But the fact that he's making the move to La Liga is nice. Kostic can always be a shout, but he's over at Lazio. Yeah, Sevilla rival is Real Betis. Okay. I think Hamsich will have retired by this point, but still not actually. 35 years old. Back to the Serie A, dude. Let's give a shout out to Career Mode transfers right now. They've been on point in this save. Surely there's got to be like some sort of algorithm or some sort of, I don't know, like machine learning or something that decides where they make the move to. Like if that was how they decide what transfers are predicted, because we always see the same sort of transfers happen, right? So maybe there's a way for them to calculate, okay, this is the player's history. They have a higher likelihood of returning back to a former club, things like that. But yeah, shout out to this save, man. Hamsich returned to Serie A. Kepa returning to La Liga. I think Odin is still in this save as well. Yeah, 36 years old. You can see if we have a full rating report on Elliot. There's a lot of first name Elliots in this in this player database. But we're looking for Harvey. Still scouting him out. Yeah, I don't know. We've got a couple of options for backup goalkeepers. We'll sort by position, actually. This is the guy I was thinking about, Bazunu. From Rochdale, 20-year-old from the Republic of Ireland. The fact that Neuer's available for 10.5 mil is wild. Woodman from Newcastle. I mean, Southampton are kind of struggling in this save. Angus Gunn could be the shout for a backup. What's going on, Pops? A lot of y'all are tuning in. Yeah, any score predictions for Champions League fixtures later today? Guess that kicks off in 2 hours time. I might be able to watch that. The perk of recording the content I am right now. Which again, if you're in for the stream, you get a Flickiify exclusive. Hopefully some Bayern 2 content coming this weekend. But the perks of recording for that is that I'll be able to have like that on one monitor. It's gonna be one where I don't play a whole lot of matches. It's not a full-on Bayern 2 series. It's more of a one-off video. So it's a lot of simulation based. So I can have Champions League on one monitor, simulating on another monitor, and it's all Gucci. Yeah, I think Angus Gunn might be the move. Let's see if McCarthy's still at Southampton. I think Chelsea Atletico Madrid is going to be a really good match. That's probably the one I'll personally watch. I think Bayern will hopefully win it pretty safely, single-handedly. Yeah, Alex McCarthy, 33 years old. He actually has transferred to Bologna as well, so a couple of transfers there. Yeah, pretty much like a speed rebuild with a twist. There's a little twist and a challenge aspect to it as well, which personally I won't mention for y'all, but you'll see soon enough on the video. Yeah, I think that's a couple of goalkeepers sorted. We can probably simulate a few more fixtures. Yeah, I think we'll save the FA Cup for the next stream against Derby, and then we got Carabao Cup semifinals as well. So a lot to look forward to for the next Aston Villa Career Mode live stream. We can look up some other regions just to close things out. Yeah, David Brooks is on the short list. I don't know if you're the same person to mention it, Sarah, but yeah, we were actually just talking about him and how I almost signed him for a FIFA 20 save. I think it would have been a career mode challenge. It had to have been a Premier League career mode challenge. We did like a Manchester United one last year, so might have been that. It's ultimate difficulty at the moment. Yeah, Buffon would have still be playing at 44. Okay, 82 overall, retiring at the end of the season. Yeah, we haven't had too much luck signing a bunch of regens so far. Like if we sort by age, like we've identified a few players. I think Vardy made the move to Spain, so this could be Vardy's regen. But yeah, really no like amazing regens popping up. This is a decent one. Probably Marcelo's regen here. But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of standouts. Yeah, Meslier could be a shout, but he might be starting at this point for Leeds. I don't think Ravo Morrison is in the current squad file, is he? I think he's like technically a free agent right now. Yeah. Pepe from Porto, yeah, he's I think still playing still. He always goes on for like a super ridiculous amount of time in career mode. Season 3 still going strong. Yeah, he could be a shout for a regen next season. I do remember there's going to be a ton of players to pop up next year. I think Messi could even be retiring, or he's got his contract expiring at the end of the season. No, I guess not. So they renewed his contract. What about Ronaldo? There were some standout players for sure. Ronaldo's still going strong at Juventus. Who are some other high potential players? I think Modric might be retiring. Even he's still going strong. I mean, a return to the Premier League wouldn't be a bad shout if we're talking about signing like a veteran player. Obviously, we're not going to pay his release clause, but yeah, Luka Modric. The unfortunate thing, he's 80 rated now, so he won't be in the starting 11. He'd kind of be like Suarez, where if he was available on a free agent, I would maybe pick him up, but not on a permanent transfer. Lewandowski's still going strong for sure. I know that, but we'll see where he's rated these days. I think Chiellini's one of those players that's retiring at the end of the season. Yeah, so that'll definitely be a pickup. I'll go ahead and make a note of it in the future so we can do some Some regen searching. Probably could have like a full stream devoted to just looking for regens. Okay, Vinicius actually at Man City. I didn't know this. Interesting. I think Ibrahimovic did retire as well. No, he's still 41 years old at Milan. Only 81 overall, so not that much of a drop-off for him. Considering like each season it goes down a little bit, that's pretty impressive, man. I mean, he's still even got some green stats with the positioning. I'm sure his physical stats are just absolutely horrible now. Sprint speed 53, acceleration 49. That's not that much lower than what it starts at, but as a target man, could certainly still do the job. I think it's Diego Costa I should be looking for. So he might have retired. Yeah, Koke's 30 years old, also at Bayern. So they certainly seem to be one of the powerhouses in this safe out. It's Diogo Costa. Well, both of them would have retired, unless we're talking about the goalkeeper. Okay, we are talking about the goalkeeper. Thiago Silva was still featuring for Chelsea. We'll see if he's retiring at the end of the season, though. He was in their starting 11. Oh, he's a free agent, Iro. Okay. So yeah, another potential regen here with Thiago Silva. I think we might end it there, guys. A lot to look forward to again as we do a little bit of end of stream recap. We'll do some simulations against Leeds, of course, and like Liverpool, but I think we'll pick things up against Derby County in the FA Cup for the next stream, make some signings in January, and then hopefully keep on progressing in the Carabao Cup, make that qualification for Europa League next season. I think if we make Europa League, we should do another season with Aston Villa. What are you guys' opinions on that? I know we only spend one season for the most part at each team, but you know, if we do indeed make it back to Europe, I think it's worth it for another season. What a screenshot this is as well. I mean, that's not even a post. But anyways, appreciate you guys being here for today's stream. It's another good one, man. I've been enjoying the stream content as of lately. A little bit more relaxed, not too heavily focused on FIFA. We are a couple of months into the game after all. But shout out some of the people in the chat. We got Anit, we got George, we got Aston, we got Sarah, our chief, Rudy, Justin. Appreciate you being here. Engerald, as always, doing the moderator duties. And Baller, if you're still in here, appreciate you. FIFA Fanatics, thanks for stopping into the stream. Gold Plays, yeah, appreciate it. Should be back for another stream on Friday. I'm gonna keep on recording some of that Bayern 2 content. The Flickiify, Hansi Flick Challenge. Haven't really decided the video name yet, but I think we'll be recording that a little bit later today. But yeah, have a good week, guys. I'll catch you on Friday for another stream. Until then, take it easy.